Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rainacide here coming at you with the Tekken 7 video. It's been a very long time since I made a video, and judging by the title, if you read it, you'll know what I'm about to talk about. So let's recap Tekken World Tour Finals 2019 for Tekken 7. A lot to talk about, a lot of announcements, and I want to go over pretty much the results. Not too detailed, but there's a lot of things to cover. So let's continue on. So if you guys have been following the Tekken World Tour Finals for 2019, you'll know that there are a couple storylines that are pretty big. One of the videos I made before, linked down below, is about Arsenal Ash and his rise in the scene, and the Pakistani Tekken scene. So we all know about that, and that's pretty much like the biggest storyline going into the finals. And pretty much the idea was, will a Pakistani player win, will Arsenal win, or will the Akuma player win? Well, one of those was checked off. Akuma player did win. Now, if you're watching this, just be warned, the news about who won's already been out in the public. It's just maybe the results, the more in detail results are not known to some people, so I will be going over that. So if you don't want to be spoiled, then I guess don't watch this video. So Pakistan did not win, Arsenal Ash did not win, but Akuma did win the Tekken World Tour Finals. Going into that, there was a LCQ, Last Chance Qualifiers tournament, one-day tournament. 250 plus people in Bangkok, Thailand, to determine the last spot, the 20th place for the Tekken World Tour Finals locked-in tournament of 20 people. As you see on the screen, these are the people that were qualified via points from top seed to bottom seed. I'm not going to go over the names because you can check that out for yourself, but this is the person that won. You get in the title. And yeah. So rest would have been the 20th person, but since there's only 19 qualified and one last spot for LCQ, he was not qualified, and the winner of the LCQ would be the 20th seed. So going into that tournament, I figured, alright, there was like 6 or 7 top Pakistani players for Tekken there. The John, Hera, I might be saying his name wrong, Latif Butt, and a couple other guys. And my thought was that, okay, one of them will win. There's just no way a Pakistan player will not win this damn tournament. It's just too damn stacked. They're too damn good. And I didn't see, favorites like Kudans or John Ding winning it. I just didn't see it happening. And unfortunately, that didn't happen, right? If you're a fan of those guys. John Ding did make the top 8 for the LCQ. But he I think, got 4th place. Another person that I was hoping to do very well, which he did, but he lost the eventual winner, was Book from Thailand. He was in his hometown, and he played out of his mind. I felt like his gameplay was ridiculous, so clutch for the LCQ. AK2 runner-up was really good, but the eventual winner was even better. It's Brian. I don't want to butcher his name. Bilal is the player that won. And he had 2 characters, Akuma and Brian, but he mostly ran Brian, and his Brian is pretty damn good, So he won the LCQ. So we fast forward to the next day, and we have all 20 members. And if you watch previous Tekken World Tour Finals, the format's pretty cool. Round robin, 5 people each group. The top 2 of those groups will make it to a top 8 double elimination bracket, with the top seed in that group being the winner side, and the second seed will be the loser side. So how they do is that they have the players pick what group they want to be in. And there's more to it, but I'm not gonna get into details. But one of the main controversial picks was Nii and Arsenal Ash being in the same group. Nii wanted to be in Arsenal's group, right? And that was pretty cool. And they had Chanel and Lohai wanting it to be in a Wise Honey's group because they want their runbacks, they want their revenge. And that is pretty cool because we have all these storylines already happening before the finals that they want to continue at the finals. And you have Nobi, who's pretty much vowing to bring back Tekken World Tour Finals or the championship back to Japan because it came from Japan, and he's noticed ever since the Pakistani scene and also Peru and all these other scenes coming up that Japan hasn't really been there in terms of the Tekken powers. So he wanted, his redemption in that. People pick their groups, and I'm gonna go over a little bit of the round robin stage. Not too much. Some things that I picked up that I thought was interesting, and I watched most of it. And I'm gonna refer to those results at the Eventhubs article. So shout out to Eventhubs. This is from them. So here we have the Tekken World Tour Finals results. I can skim through it real quick without going into too much detail. I'll leave the links below if you want to check it out. And also, you can also rewatch the Tekken stream for the finals on twitch.tv Tekken/Tekken right here. So this is the actual top 8 results. Let's talk about the Group A, Group B, C, and D. So Group A I mentioned was Knee, Arsenal Ash, which is pretty much the storyline that everyone was expecting to continue, which it did. And it was crazy because they played the last game of that group, and that game determined who would be in the top 8. And guess who took it? Knee. So he finally got his revenge. You know, he got it when it counted. And Arsenal Ash did not make it out of his group. Actually, he did the worst in his group. It doesn't mean he's a bad player or anything. It's just he didn't do that well. It is what it is, right? You're not guaranteed to do well every single tournament. But it was crazy storyline, and Ulsan was the one that made it out losers. And this guy was ridiculous. He beat both Knee and Arsenal Ash in that group. He gave him those losses. Group B, this one is ridiculous too, because Double, he's very good, you know, very strong, but he wasn't the one that was considered to go out the group. Maybe as a loser side, people thought it would be Anakin, but that's the reverse. It was Double over Anakin. Double pretty much did a clean sweep, 4-0 record. And Kokoma actually had a chance to make it in second seed. It was a match against him and Anakin, I believe, yeah, with him losing to Anakin, which sealed his fate. Another storyline from DreamHack Atlanta that happened a couple weeks prior to the finals as the final Masters event. So pretty cool. So Group C, this one had a bunch of killers in here. You had the eventual champion, Chikurin. You had a former EVO champion, JCR. The last year's World Tour Finals champion, Rainacide. Another EVO champion, Saint. And the LCQ player, Bilal. All in this group. This is a bloodbath group. Probably one of the more lopsided groups, though, I would feel. Saint was one of 2 people that went 0-4. He didn't do too well. Chikurin was pretty godlike. JDCR was pretty good too. They had the same record, but because they count game differential to separate people, Chikurin had a better record in overall. So Rainacide could not defend his title, and Bilal could not make it to the top 8. So at this point, we had 2 Pakistani players in the group stage did not make it, Arsenal Ash and Bilal. So last is Group D. This one was also a nutty group. This was also lopsided too. The top seed being very strong, very like bam, and the bottom seed being very, I guess, underperforming. So Nobi was a god in this match, or in this group, destroying everyone. Aloha was very good, and the final match was a run back between a Wise Honey and a Wise Honey and Lohai to determine the final seed, the final spot for the Group D top 8, and it came down to Lohai. Ridiculous match. Check it out again. Twitch.tv/Tekken. All the matches were there. You can watch it for free. You don't have to pay for subscriptions. I love that to do that, and you can, you know, see the nuttiness of it. And if you go down, you can see the LCQ qualifiers. So here's that. All right, so let's talk about the top 8. Now we have the top 8. The one thing you'll notice is that no Pakistan player made it to top 8, which is surprising because I really thought a Wise Honey out of the group of Pakistan players was probably the most likely to make top 8 and do very well, just based on his recent results. But that didn't happen, you know. So it's kind of unfortunate. And I want to make a little note of something I noticed while watching the stream was the extreme racist, stupid ass comments made towards like the Pakistan players and the dumb shit that the chat was saying. Like, come on, man, that's ridiculous. So I had to like close that chat, stop reading it. But it was all over Twitter how no one was really talking about the actual matches, the players, but more about their race and stuff. Like, why does that even matter? That doesn't fucking matter at all. It's so dumb. But anywho, I wanted to get that off my chest because it's ridiculous, you know. We're here to play, we're here to win, and the spectators should watch those players because they believe in them, not to criticize because of the race. It's the dumbest thing ever. This is the standings right here. Chikurin, first place, Ulsan second, Knee third, Anakin fourth, Double fifth, Nobi fifth, Lohai seventh, and JDCR seventh. So the crazy story about this top 8 was it was Japan heavy, 3 being in the winner's side, and Nobi really was prideful. You know, he was on a roll, but he didn't do so well. He lost both his matches on winner's side, but some of them were very close. I think one of them was close. And that yet JDCR lost to Anakin, which I was not surprised, but it was funny because JDCR in a podcast really recently said that he wanted to play against Anakin because he likes the Jack 7 match, and you know, I guess it didn't work out too well. Lowhigh, the 2018 EVO champion, 7th place also, double. He did pretty well in terms of the match quality, but he lost both his matches too, and he was on a hot streak. It's funny how both the guys that were on winner's side with 4 O's in their groups lost both their matches. That's ridiculous. Knee, last year's third place person, got third place again. He lost to, I believe, Chikurin in the winners finals, and then he lost to Ulsan, and the final match was Chikurin versus Ulsan, and you can guess by the characters that Chikurin use what he won with, right? That I mentioned earlier, Akuma. So Akuma won Tekken 7 World Tour Finals. Japan won the World Tour Finals. And his 2 characters were the 2 3D characters a lot of people complain about, which is funny. But yeah, Ulsan was pretty good throughout the top 8, but he got wiped out by Chikurin in the top 8. But that was the results. Very fun to watch, really exciting. You know, give it a watch. And let's move on to the other things that were announced. Alright, so I have another Eventhubs article about Katsuhiro Harada, the producer of Tekken. He was very prevalent in the finals with a lot of memes and GIFs coming out now. His personality really shines, and it's great. Like it's great that he is the one that's running Tekken and general producer of or manager of Bandai Namco, because this guy has a swag, he has a personality, he's in touch with the fans, and he likes to troll, but in a fun way. He trolls with the commentators, he trolls with the fans, telling them don't ask him for shit, you know, saying that hey, nothing ever leaked, shut up and sit down. It's all over Twitter, you'll see it, you're gonna laugh. It's also in the stream when he says those things to the fans that are sitting down. But yeah, check it out. I'll have this link down below. Really interesting, very funny. I mentioned leak before, earlier because that's supposedly what happened during the weekend, that the character Ganryu and this guy got leaked. I think a day before. So he kept that hush hush, and they just rode with it when he announced it to the crowd, said there's no leak, just to fuck with his fans. But it was very funny, it worked out very well, and the fans were very receptive to it. And you know, we had trailers for each character. We have a Leroy trailer, so a character that was announced in EVO 2019. We finally got the gameplay trailer. I'm not going to play it, you can watch it again, all the links will be down below. But very swag, very cool. This guy just oozes like charisma, personality. It's just ridiculous. This Leroy Smith is pretty much like, he is the saving grace of character design. Like, I for a while thought Tekken characters recently have been kind of dull in terms of character design, but this guy is bringing out that flavor, and it's not just for Tekken, for any fighting game. And look at this guy, he has his damn dog here too. He's tatted up, you know, he's very cut, but he's not like overly buff. He just oozes charisma. And you get to see him in game. These are not good image shots, but really cool trailer. Check it out. Ganryu had a makeover. He has the beard, the scruff, looking pretty dope now. He looks more serious, but he's still not a serious character. I like his redesign, you know, it makes him more interesting. Makes him stand out from E Honda from Street Fighter, to be honest. When you just have a character that's a sumo wrestler, it's very hard to have them separate from each other unless there's some other gimmick or some other identity, and he has that identity now. And a lot of memes with him and Julia because, you know, he's infatuated with her. Pretty cool, very interesting. I like it. And the third character is, I don't want to say his name because I'll butcher it, but for a minute when I saw the trailer, I thought it was Sagat. It was in Thailand. You see the tied up ropes, you're like, oh shit, Sagat's in this game? Then you start seeing the tats, I'm like, is this Bruce? Why is he so light skinned? Like, why is he so light skinned and so cut up? Like, did he get bigger? Like, what's he using, right? And it wasn't Bruce. It wasn't Sagat. But it was Sagat and Bruce having a child with someone else. This guy's huge. He's buff. He's cut. He looks like some sort of superhuman experiment from the Thai government or something like that. I might be wrong. Interesting trailer. A lot of details. I'm not sure if I'm too fond of all the exaggerated stuff on his face. You know, I feel like they can do it with tattoos. The scars would be nice, but a little too much. Apparently he's a good guy when I thought he was evil. I don't know. But yeah, he can power up. All the shit on his chest glows. It's pretty big. Tara's Marduk. They made him look like he was taller than Marduk in the trailer until the gameplay was showed, and he was like the same height, and he was thinner than Marduk. Marduk is chunkier. So that's the character reviews. Really cool, really nice. You know, this is the first year, I think, in Tekken 7's lifespan that no guest character has been announced or anything like that. So, which is a change. I think players, like especially the legacy players and hardcore players, will be more happy with that, which is fine, you know. And I think it's cool that they have new characters that are not guest characters. But I do wonder if Season 4, if there's a Season 4, will more characters be added? Because I do feel like now the game has so many characters. You know, almost 50 characters, and it's going to get to the point where at that point it's Tekken Tag 3. So Tekken World Tour 2020 has been announced starting in April. Again, referred to Eventhubs. Thank you, Eventhubs. Dark Horse. You can read all this stuff here. Not surprising. So this is Season 4 pretty much, or the 4th tour. Yeah, not much to it until we get more details. And of course, now Tekken celebrates its 25th anniversary. And this really brings me back home because I remember playing Tekken 1, Tekken 2. And it's crazy, 25 years later, and we have all this to play, to watch. Tekken has become one of the greatest, or Tekken 7 has become one of the greatest fighting games ever, at least in my opinion. And I'm very happy that it's growing, expanding, and it is, you know, showing like new players or players from other games like, hey man, come play our game. We got something to we got something that will excite you, which is great. And by the time you watch this video, Season 3 Pass, Ganryu, and Leroy would be dropped, and the frame data would be dropped too. So just FYI on that. But overall, Tekken World Tour Finals 2019 has been very fun to watch. Very, very good in terms of the whole season. Lots of storylines. The Pakistani storyline, the Arslan Ash storyline with Knee, really good. Who's the best in Korea, Knee or Lohai? You know, the crazy coincidences with AK, because AK, the player from the Philippines, was in second place to Arslan Ash at EVO 2019 to begin the year. He ends the year being second place to Bilal at the LCQ in Thailand to end the year. Another Pakistan player. So I feel like, I don't know if AK has like some demons he has to deal with, but AK is a player that I hope makes 2020 World Tour Finals fun to watch. And I know he started playing when he was very young. Then to know now that he's one of the top players that hasn't made to World Tour Finals, it sucks. You know, I wish he's able to make it, but I think he will next year. So what do you guys think? Did you watch the TWT World Tour Finals, and did you like it? You know, are you cool with the announcements? What do you think about the results? Or if you haven't watched it, will you watch it? You know, what are you looking forward to? Let me know in the comment box below. Yeah, and next week it's already a Capcom Cup 2019. That's crazy, you know, back-to-back finals. So I'm happy to see how that goes and the storylines from that. But anywho, if you're subscribed, thank you very much, and stay tuned to watch my future videos. And if you're not subscribed, consider doing so. Peace.